Welcome to Have You Read It? The channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today we're exploring The Motive: Why So Many Leaders Abdicate Their Most Important Responsibilities, by Patrick Lencioni. In this book, Lencioni argues that many leaders fail because they're motivated by the wrong reasons. It challenges the conventional wisdom that leadership is about rewards, power, and recognition. Instead, Lencioni posits that true leadership stems from a deep-seated desire to serve others and embrace the inherent sacrifices and responsibilities. The Motive is unique because it cuts to the heart of leadership, questioning the very reasons why individuals seek to lead. It provides a framework for understanding the two primary motives for leadership: reward-centered and responsibility-centered, and highlights the dangerous omissions that reward-centered leaders often make. It's a valuable read for anyone in a leadership position or aspiring to be, as it offers practical insights and actionable steps for becoming a more effective and selfless leader. Let's break down the core ideas from Patrick Lencioni's The Motive. The book dives deep into why some leaders succeed while others fail, pinpointing the critical role of a leader's underlying motivation. According to Lencioni, there are fundamentally two motives that drive people to seek leadership roles. On one hand, there's reward-centered leadership. This is where individuals see leadership as the just reward for their hard work. They believe that being a leader entitles them to certain perks: more money, more power, more recognition, and ultimately, the freedom to do what they enjoy most. The problem is, when leaders are primarily driven by these rewards, they tend to shy away from the less glamorous, more challenging aspects of leadership. They delegate, abdicate, or simply avoid the tough stuff, leaving their teams without the direction and support they need. On the other hand, we have responsibility-centered leadership. These leaders view their position as a profound responsibility to serve others and to do whatever it takes to bring about something good for the people they lead. They understand that sacrifice and suffering are part and parcel of the job. For them, leadership isn't about the rewards. It's about the well-being and success of their team. Lencioni argues that this second motive is the only valid one for true leadership. He illustrates how reward-centered leaders often make critical omissions that undermine their effectiveness and hurt their organizations. These omissions fall into 5 key areas. Developing the leadership team. Many leaders give lip service to the importance of team building. However, they often delegate this critical task to HR or ignore it altogether. They might see team development as a soft pursuit, less important than the hard stuff like finance or strategy. Or they might shy away from the emotional and uncomfortable conversations that real team building requires. But Lencioni insists that a leader must take personal responsibility for building a cohesive and effective leadership team. This means actively participating in team-building activities, facilitating honest and sometimes difficult conversations, and making team development a top priority. In the book, Lencioni emphasizes the importance of leaders actively shaping their teams. It's not enough to simply put talented individuals together. A leader needs to cultivate an environment of trust, openness, and mutual respect. This involves addressing conflicts, resolving interpersonal issues, and ensuring that everyone is aligned with the team's goals. It's about creating a unit where members can challenge each other, support each other, and work together seamlessly towards a common vision. Managing subordinates and making them manage theirs. Reward-centered leaders often struggle with managing their direct reports, especially at the executive level. They might view management as a bureaucratic exercise, something to be delegated or avoided. They might claim to trust their subordinates implicitly, using this as an excuse for not staying informed about their work. But Lencioni argues that managing individuals is about providing guidance, ensuring alignment, identifying potential problems, and coaching for improvement. It's also about holding subordinates accountable for managing their own people effectively. A leader can't simply assume that their direct reports know how to manage. They need to actively coach them and monitor their progress. According to Lencioni, effective management isn't about micromanaging or stifling creativity. It's about providing the necessary support and direction to ensure that everyone is working towards the same goals. This involves setting clear expectations, providing regular feedback, and addressing any performance issues promptly. It's about creating a culture of accountability, where everyone is responsible for their actions and committed to continuous improvement. Having difficult and uncomfortable conversations. This is perhaps one of the most dreaded responsibilities of leadership. It involves addressing uncomfortable behavioral issues, resolving conflicts, and providing constructive criticism. Many leaders avoid these conversations because they're awkward, emotional, and potentially confrontational. But Lencioni argues that a leader must be willing to enter the danger and address these issues head-on. It can be anything from a team member's annoying habits to a poisonous interpersonal dynamic. The point is, if the leader doesn't address it, who will? This requires courage, empathy, and a commitment to the well-being of the team. It means being willing to have those tough conversations even when it's uncomfortable. It means providing honest feedback, even when it might sting. It means addressing conflicts, even when it's easier to ignore them. By having these difficult conversations, leaders can create a culture of honesty and accountability, where everyone feels safe to speak their minds and address issues openly. Running great team meetings. Meetings are often seen as a necessary evil, a tedious obligation to be endured. But Lencioni argues that meetings are actually one of the most critical activities in any organization. It's where decisions are made, strategies are discussed, and problems are solved. A reward-centered leader might see meetings as a chore, something to be delegated or avoided. But a responsibility-centered leader sees meetings as an opportunity to engage the team, foster collaboration, and drive progress. This involves setting a clear agenda, facilitating productive discussions, and ensuring that decisions are made efficiently. It's about creating a dynamic and engaging environment where everyone feels heard and valued. In the motive, Lencioni suggests that effective meetings are not just about logistics, but also about creating a space for open dialogue and collaborative problem-solving. He emphasizes the importance of setting clear objectives, fostering a culture of participation, and encouraging constructive conflict. It's about creating a space where team members can challenge each other's ideas, share their perspectives, and work together to find the best solutions. Communicating constantly and repetitively to employees. Effective communication is essential for keeping everyone aligned and informed. But many leaders underestimate the amount of communication that is actually needed. They might make a big announcement about a new strategy or initiative and then assume that everyone is on board. But Lencioni argues that employees need to hear a message multiple times before it truly sinks in. A reward-centered leader might get bored with repeating the same messages, worrying that they'll insult their audience. But a responsibility-centered leader understands that repetition is key. According to Lencioni, it's the leader's job to be the chief reminding officer, constantly reinforcing the company's purpose, values, and priorities. Lencioni points out that effective communication isn't just about disseminating information. It's about creating a shared understanding, building trust, and inspiring action. It's about ensuring that everyone knows what's going on, why it matters, and what they need to do to contribute. Leaders can utilize storytelling to create understanding, communicate consistently to create trust, and lead by example to create engagement. Great leaders are great communicators and never tire from the responsibility to repeat themselves and to provide a clear message that is easy to follow. Throughout the motive, Lencioni weaves in a fable about a CEO named Shay Davis, who embodies many of the pitfalls of reward-centered leadership. Shay is more interested in pursuing acquisitions and strategic deals than in managing his team or having difficult conversations. It's only through a series of humbling experiences and some tough love from an unlikely mentor that Shay begins to understand the true meaning of leadership. The story highlights the importance of leaders being willing to put the needs of their team and organization ahead of their own personal desires. Lencioni doesn't just diagnose the problem. He also offers a path forward. He encourages leaders to examine their motives, embrace the difficult responsibilities of leadership, and commit to serving others. It's a reminder that true leadership isn't about the rewards, but about the responsibility to make a positive impact on the lives of those they lead. By doing so, they can create healthier, more successful, and more fulfilling organizations. Alright, let's distill the key takeaways from the motive into actionable insights you can use right away. Examine your motives. Are you leading for personal gain or to serve others? This is the foundational question. Reflect honestly on your reasons for seeking leadership positions. Embrace difficult conversations. Don't shy away from addressing uncomfortable issues. As Lencioni points out, these conversations are crucial for team health and performance. Avoiding them is a disservice to your team and yourself. Run effective meetings. Meetings shouldn't be a dreaded obligation, but a vital arena for decision-making and collaboration. Take responsibility for making them focused, engaging, and productive. Communicate constantly. Over-communicate key messages to ensure everyone is aligned and informed. Repetition is key. Don't assume people have absorbed a message just because you've said it once. Manage actively. Don't abdicate your responsibility to manage and coach your subordinates. Trust is important, but it's not a substitute for active engagement and guidance. Leadership is a responsibility, not a reward. Adopt a mindset that leadership is about serving others and making sacrifices. This shift in perspective will transform how you approach your role and responsibilities. Be vigilant against reward-centered temptations. No one is perfect. Be aware of the subtle ways you might be prioritizing personal gain over the needs of your team and organization. Remember these insights and strive to embody responsibility-centered leadership in all that you do. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. In conclusion, The Motive isn't just another leadership book. It challenges the very reasons why people seek leadership positions. It encourages a shift from personal gain to genuine service. Lencioni's work serves as a wake-up call, urging leaders to examine their motives and embrace the difficult, often unglamorous responsibilities that come with leading effectively. It's about making a real difference in the lives of those they lead. By understanding the pitfalls of reward-centered leadership and striving for a responsibility-centered approach, leaders can create healthier, more successful organizations, leaving a lasting positive impact. Remember, the best leaders aren't those who seek rewards, but those who are driven by a sincere desire to serve others and make a meaningful difference. So, pick up The Motive and reflect on why you lead. It might just change everything. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next book dive.